Hello, this is Andy Graham of hoboontheroad.com and Digital Nomad Traveler. I'm in Panajachel, Guatemala. I'm a travel blogger, and I'm going to tell you today how to, I'm going to try, I don't know what to do exactly, but I would like to tell you how to make money as a travel blogger. Okay, first of all, the hard thing here is that I know that many of you truly just want to travel and make money without doing any work, which is the biggest problem. Then the second part of you want to be famous. Well, fame is a crazy thing because it requires a person to make you feel famous. I'm very lucky because I don't want to be famous. Therefore, anybody around me doesn't really know what I'm doing, and they don't walk up to me and say, Andy, you're a travel blogger, oh, let me suck up to you, right? That's good, because when I get that, I just get annoyed. But I would suspect that most of you want that to happen. Okay, now that can happen, and I mean, you got to figure out your motivations, and that is the problem. I think, I've seen, what's different about me and the majority of the travel bloggers is quite easy. I continue to travel because I love to travel. I don't really love to make websites, and I don't really love to make videos, and I'm not a motivational speaker, and I don't want to sell you something that I don't have any desire to sell you something that is really of no value. I'm not going to sit here and hype you all up and get you to go write a travel blog post. I'm going to actually sit there and ask you questions like, oh, so you want to be a travel blogger? Do you like to write? And you might say no, and I go, well, travel blogging is really about writing. Let's forget all this crap about blogger or whatever. Is a writer. Do you want to be a writer? If you don't want to be a writer, then you're in the wrong profession, or your wrong dream. Do you want to work, or do you want to party and be a traveler? Okay. Do you want to have endless vacation, or do you want to have time in the day where you actually have to work? I truly think the best way to do this is probably the simplest way to do it would be to find a travel writer or a travel blogger or somebody that you want to be like, and then just do everything that person does, okay? Like if you want to travel to Europe and be a travel blogger, I don't know, Rick Steves or somebody like that. I don't, there's money required here. So the money aspect is, travel is a very expensive thing. So what 99% of the travel writers do is they call up some company, like a resort, and say, I'm coming there, and I'm a travel writer, and I want to take photos, videos, or whatever, and I want to live for free, and you're going to suck up to me and somehow give me something free. And I'll suck up to you, and we'll have a mutual suck-up contest. That is your typical travel writer. So they basically have to write something that encourages the the company, the tour operator, or the resort or the hotel, to give them something for free. Now that's basically just writing advertising all the time, and it's not really what I'm not sure. It's not what I dream about. I will only write about or video about or explain something that I approve of. If I truly don't approve it and I think it's dangerous for you, I will report it as like a travel reporter and say this company is dangerous and you should stay away from it. Okay, I don't do that very often. I have done it. I was hunting down a Swiss guy that was trying to collect money in San Jose, Costa Rica, because he was, when you're a gringo and you ask for money from another gringo, you can actually get it. And these guys are basically scammers. There's a lot of scams going on. So, how to make money as a travel blogger? The first thing is, I would definitely recommend that you travel. So, if you're sitting in the United States watching this, in your home, computer, and you say you want to be a travel blogger, you know, you got to first love to travel. So it's kind of hard to do it from home. But 98% of travel bloggers probably don't even leave their house but once every month. And then what they do is they go one place for 5 days, and then they write a series of things about it, if they're going to be the travel log type of person. If they're, you know, then you have the travel bloggers that are constantly taking a piss or making fun of something like the TSA, or you're making fun of the airlines, or you're making fun of the hotels. Very few people make fun of the hotels because they're not going to have a place to sleep. You can make it on the airlines because it's really hard to get a free airline ticket, but you know, you can get a free hotel with a snap of the finger. All they want is some kind of, you know, they don't understand what you're doing. So if you tell them you're going to write a travel blog about them, they'll probably give you, with zero experience, whatever. I think if I was going to, if you're really serious, see, and you need to find like who the person, whether it's a newspaper, magazine, whatever, you got to cuddle up close to that person and write a travel blog. If you want to be like me, obviously it would be best to get on a plane right now and come to Guatemala. Okay, and then try to get me to be your friend. And then I would probably give you all the information for free. Now on the other side is, this is a very annoying thing that happens to me all the time. Somebody tries to act like talking to them is a benefit for me. Talking to you that wants to be a travel blogger is almost, it's a zero benefit sum game for me, because you know, I normally just feel your greed, and I don't feel any give and take, right? And a lot of people think that paying attention to me is giving me something. That's giving something to the person that wants to be famous. If I wanted to be famous, I would have to stay in the United States and somehow get it so that people could get close to me and suck up to me easy enough. I mean, I try to avoid that unless they genuinely feel like a nice person. I like nice people. But first of all, you got to figure out your niche. And now that's really difficult because I don't know. It's, you know, if I could talk to you for 30 minutes and I could ask you a series of questions like, what do you like to do? Where do you hang out? You know, then you're going to say, I hang out at the coffee shop. And I say, which one? And you're going to say, I go to McDonald's, or I go to Starbucks, or I go to this hippy-dippy one, or whatever. Then you're going to say, oh yeah, I really like Ayurvedic or Reiki, blah, blah, blah. And I say, well, you might think of planning yourself in India or whatever. And then I'm going to ask you serious questions to try to figure out what you like. And I'm going to stay out of it because it's what you like, it's not what I like. So then I'm going to try to get you to give me the tells. The tells are the little signs that tell me what you like. Okay, and I do this on a regular basis. I was a real estate broker, and people lie. I mean, my God, do they lie. It's unbelievable. I think they lie. They have this dream vision of what they are. So what you got to do is you ask a series of qualifying questions that reveal the truth or tell the truth. Okay, so they basically sit there and, you know, when I was doing real estate, or if they're telling me they're going to be a travel blogger, they're basically 80%, 90% lies, and then, you know, 10% the truth. So I'm listening for the one statement that reveals the true person. This is why I'm good at travel blogging, is because I sit there and I explain the idiosyncrasies of a culture, idiosyncrasies of the travelers, idiosyncrasies of the thing. I explain the small little things that tell you the truth, and long-term travelers sort of recognize immediately that I'm right on key. The newbies think I'm probably lying or bullshitting them because they're so used to listening to bullshit people that they can't separate it. They think that, you know, if they're not being wild and romanticized and whatever. Like right now I had a desire to do this travel blog, and I'm too lazy to wait for the I checked on the internet. At 5:38, the sun rises here, and so I set up my, what is a bad camera view. My hair is still wet from taking a shower, but I don't care. Why? Because I'm not trying to make you a travel blogger. I'm trying to explain to you how I do it and what I would recommend. I'm not going to probably make any money off of this. And then what's sad is that when somebody calls me up and drills me on questions and questions and questions, and they don't see that my time is worth money, and I really don't enjoy talking to a person that I don't like about how to make money. I mean, that's really work, right? Work is when if some 24-year-old girl says she's going to come and live next door to me and she looks like Shakira, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, I think I could help you out for free. When some old nerd guy comes up that's cagedy, basically says, I don't understand how to do this, I don't understand how to do this. Pump up the cash, guy. Okay? It's weird. And whatever. But I thought about this for many years, but really what would probably do you the best, and I know that you're 99% you're just too cheap. You don't want to invest anything in your future, but you think you're going to go travel blog. I mean, plane ticket's going to cost you $400 to go to Guatemala, or $250 or whatever you get on Spirit Air. And round trip is whether, I buy one-way tickets, so I always think in one-way tickets. But you're probably going to think in round trip tickets because you're not going to really be a traveler, right? But if you truly just wanted to get a thing, you could call me up and pay me to talk to you. And I never understand this. I always laugh because people think, well, why would I do that? Well, you can spin your wheels for years, or you can let me talk to you for an hour, 2 or 3 times, and slowly we can work through what would be the best option to invest all your time. Because what you're going to have to do to really do this is you're going to have to spend about 2 or 3 hours every day until you get burned out on the computer working for free. And so really if you worked for, I don't know, maybe you can work by yourself for 2 years, and I probably could get you to work for 6 months for 2 hours a day, and maybe you could make some money. I know how to start you making money that you can watch. Like, I know ways to instantly start getting you to make, 50 cents a day, right? And that is really what starts the seed of success, because you see some, I call it a completion high. You start something, you finish it, you make money, hey, I'm making 50 cents a day. When you get up to about $5 a day, you can live in Guatemala. When you make up to $10 a day, you can go to, I don't know, Costa Rica maybe, or $15 a day, you can go to Costa Rica. When you make $100 a day, you can park your butt in Switzerland, right? So, it's all a thing. But you can go to any of these countries on about $15 a day. But you got to learn how to do it. You got to learn the skills. So you got to really start in a place like Guatemala or Peru, something fun, and be a travel blogger. And you got to travel. And because people really, at the end of the day, if you're not traveling, you're just talking about bullshit, right? Come on, admit it. Most people tell you they want to baffle you with their brilliance or doubts. What's that saying? They're basically just feeding you a line of crap. I'm really sitting here in Guatemala, drinking my cup of coffee in a, it's a 1,400 a month Quetzal room, which is a little on the rough side because I like Don Carlos at Don Carlos. But I'm probably going to move to either San Pedro and live in this really wonderful hotel called the Hotel San Antonio, or maybe I'll move across the street to El Amigo real quick because Don Carlos just isn't keeping his hotel right. I like him, I like his family, I like the fact that I can cook, but I don't care. I need what I need, right? So I'm going to move across to on the 13th. I pay by the month, but if you really want to travel, you got to figure out how to go cheap first until you can go expensive. Now, I go to a place like Guatemala to park it when I want to save money. Then I go to some place like buy the $1,000 ticket to fly to the Philippines or something, right? Well, coming up with a $1,000 plane ticket means that I have to, you know, keep watching my money. Okay, most of you want to be some kind of Anthony Bourdain, or you want to be Rick Steves, or somebody that's almost impossible to be. Now, these guys did not start out rich, okay, and you can't just leapfrog your way to success. Okay, if you want, you have two different ways to ask me a question. One is to send me a video, okay, which would be, I think it's questions 01@hobotraveler.com. Questions 01@hobotraveler.com. This email's, if I tell and I put it on the internet, eventually the spammers collect it, and next thing you know, I can't answer the box because it's so full of, they harvest these things. You can make a video, put it on YouTube, and then I'll download that video, then I can download it with the YouTube downloader. There's a program, and then I can reply to it. That's a way that I can make money, okay? Because when I reply to it, I put on the video, then they click on the ads or whatever, and I make money. The other way is to just be private and call me up and pay me. I guess right now I would want about $50 an hour. So if you call me, if you want to, you can send me money at hoboontheroad@yahoo.com with PayPal. Send me $50 and somehow we'll connect, and I'll call you up on Skype. I'll pay the 2 cents a minute, and we can sit there and talk for an hour, or we can talk 2 times for a half hour, or you can give me $200 or whatever. But I want paid to talk to you idiots. Okay, because I'm not going to encourage you to be a travel blogger. Now, if you want to come here and hang out with me, maybe you probably could suck some free money off of me, right? But don't promise me something. Be honest with me, because I'm not going to deal with idiots. I make my living by being honest. What I sell is a proprietary value, my honesty. I won't give that. I won't compromise that by talking to somebody that's trying to steal from me, right? So there's a two-way street. You want to hear the truth from me, I want to hear the truth from you. When you give me this Mickey Mouse game, I don't want to do it. Okay. But, you know, I'm more than willing to make money by listening to your ingenuine videos. I mean, if you can be dead serious with me and I can just feel complete veracity that you're an honest person, then I want you to be a travel blogger, because I am totally tired of these guys that will say anything to make money. I'm surrounded by these type of travel writers, travel bloggers. All they do is they got an agenda. So they make the video perfect, the music background's perfect, everything's perfect. And I tell you, if travel was perfect, you wouldn't be traveling. If travel was comfortable, you wouldn't be traveling. I think it was Doug Lansky or something. You know you're traveling because it's uncomfortable. The only time you're comfortable is when you're home in your own culture with your family and friends. When you start traveling, you're uncomfortable. If you're actually comfortable, then you're probably not traveling, because to enter a new culture is culture shock, right? No, I'm more comfortable in Guatemala. Why? Because I've been here enough times that I've adapted. I understand the culture. Okay, this is how to travel blog. Bottom line is, first, find somebody that you want to copy, then get as close as you can to them and do everything they do until you know why they do it. Second, if you could send me, or, you know, make a YouTube video, I'll download it, give me permission, write me, say, Andy, you have permission to download this and use this, because this is copyrighted, right? You got to learn this stuff. And then I can make a video like this where I put them together and then I answer your questions. Third way is just to pay me $50 an hour to talk to you. My hoboontheroad@yahoo.com. Get on PayPal, send me $50, and we'll somehow connect. If you make my life difficult, though, don't do it. Okay? I I don't really want you to be a travel blogger. I want you to be happy first, and I want you to have something that you care about. And trust me, majority of you really don't want to travel all the time. What you want is a vacation where you party, you meet some girl in Rio de Janeiro, you have a great time, and then you get to go home and brag to your friends. That's what the majority of you want to do. If you truly want to invest in your future and you want to be a travel writer, I can tell you, I mean, if you want to be a travel writer in America, this is pretty darn easy because everybody wants to hear about the United States. But there's things that qualify for each person. I can't give you the matrix that will tell you all the different combinations of travel writers unless I get to know you. Then I could sort of break it down and qualify you what you would be best at. Okay, Andy Graham trying to tell you how to make money as a travel blogger. I value friendship, so please be a good friend if you're trying to call me. Be honest. I know you have trouble with this, but please, what we sell in life is our ability to be trusted. Okay, Andy Graham, hobo traveler, trying to get this done early in the morning because I really didn't want to do it. I'm kind of like House MD, right? I'm a pain in the butt.